Welcome to Veteran Science Academy. In today's class, we are going to be looking at the theory, mathematics theory for Waec BECE 2025, question 1A. So the question says, given that x varies inversely as y and x is equal to 1 over 5 when y is equal to 35. It says express x in terms of y, find y when x is equal to 14. Now what do we do? Very quickly, this is variation, right? And in variation, what variation are we talking about here? Are we giving? Talking about inverse what? Variation. So this is inverse variation. And we're told here that x varies, that is x varies inversely. Is our proportionality sign. Introduce our proportionality sign inversely as y, which is 1 over what? 1 over y. So inversely is the same thing as the reciprocal of what? Of y. Then what do we do next? We introduce our constant, which is we have x equal to k over what? Over y. So this is, we've introduced our constant where k is our constant. Now we are going to find the value of k. How do we find k? Now it says an x equal to what? 1 over 5. So in place of x, we are going to put 1 over 5 so that we can find, then in place of y, we are going to put 35 so that we can find the value of what? Our k. All right, let's go. Now we have, in place of x, we have 1 over 5. X is 1 over 5. 1 over 5 equal to k. K is our constant, which is unknown, what we are looking for. Then y, our y is what? 35. All over what? 35. So we have this. What do we do? Of course, multiply. 35 multiply 1 gives us 35 equal to 5 multiply k. We have what? 5k. Now we divide both sides by our coefficient here, which is 5. Divide both sides by 5. 5 here, 5 here. This 5 cancel 5. 5 in 35 gives us what? Our answer becomes what? 7. So k is equal to 7, right? Okay. Now the next thing we are going to do is to do this. I says express x in terms of y. How do we express x in terms of y? Now, this question comes differently. Sometimes, some years, it comes differently. Now, when they say express x in terms of y, they still mean the same thing like, what is the relationship between x and what? And y. They are still saying the same thing. When you hear what is the relationship between x and y, it's saying the same thing as express x in terms of what? Of what? Of y. Or they will also say, they may say, what is the equation of what? Of the variation. Is the same thing as this. So this question, this I can come, they can just change it in different form. So let's quickly do it. Now express x in terms of y. Now we're going to use, substitute our question, the value of k inside this. Now we have x is equal to, our k is 7 now. 7 over what? Over what? Over y. Now this is our answer for I. We have expressed x in terms of what? In terms of y. Now this is what we have. This is this is I. This is I. Now this can also means what is the equation of what? Of the variation. This is the equation of the variation. This is expressing x in terms of y, or this is the relationship between x and y. Anyhow the question comes, this is still the same thing. This is what you're going to do. Okay. Or what do we do? Say find y when x is equal to what? Is equal to 14. Now we are still going to bring our equation, the equation of variation, which is this, which is x equal to 7 over what? Over y, right? Now here we are looking for what? Y. We are looking for y, and they gave us the value for what? For x, which is 14. So in place of x, we are writing down our 14. So we have 14 here, 14 equal to 7 over what? Over y. What do? We cross multiply. Then we have y multiply 14 gives us what? 14 what? Y equal to, this is, we have 7. So we divide both sides by the coefficient of y, which is 14. We divide here by 14. We divide here by 14. 14 cancel 14. We have y equal to 7 over 4. We can break this down. 7 can go here 1. 7 can go here 2. So we have y to be what? 1 over 2. 1b, it says a food canteen use an average of 30,000 liters of water per week, right? That is, every week they use 30,000 liters of water. Find the average number of liters per hour. Correct your answer to 3 significant what? Figure. Now, the canteen use 30,000 liters per what? Per what? Week. Per week. That is per week. Every week they use what? 30,000 liters. Now, we are looking for what they consume, how many liters they consume every hour, every single hour. Now, we don't know the number of liters. We don't know, let me refer to it as X. I don't know the number of liters they consume. And we are looking for what? For what is consumed in what? In 1 hour. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is, I'm going to make sure I convert this. I will change this per week to what? To an hour. How many hours do we have in a week? This is the same thing as saying in a day we have 24 hours, right? So in a week, which is 7 days, we'll have what? 24 multiplied by 7, which will give us what? 160 what? 8 hours. So we have 168 hours per what? Per what? Per week. Now, how many hours does they consume? How many liters does they consume in an hour? So this is, we quickly do it like this. Liter per what? Per hour. This is equal to the number of liters the canteen consume in what? In a week, which is 30,000 liters divided by what? The number of what? Of hours, which is 168 hours. So we divide it, 30,000 divided by 168 gives us 178.57. Now, remember the question finally says correct your answer to 3 significant figures. So we're going to change this to 3 significant figures. Approximately, our answer becomes 179. So our answer is 179. So 179 liters. So in every hour for 7 days, every hour for 7 days, the canteen consume or use what? 179 liters of what? Of water.